Alright, welcome to day 22 of the Vera Series. I am back. Hopefully you guys are level 80 by now. But starting out, you want to go to our artificial island, and you want to go back to build, and then you want to hit claim because we can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, the weekend approaches, so you know we're getting closer to Procrastinator Day, so hopefully you cleared your enemies, and make sure you clear out that exchange store. But starting out, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the day. And I'm still going to go with Vera because of Starweave Night. Then we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracers, Chest, a Huma, and a Samir Matrix, and we can do the end game. So these are actually pretty good dungeons, and you might want to use some Vitality solution. But you also want to check and see if you have any level 3 Stargates. Next, we want to check Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Aspera, as well as check Vera, so that way you get all of your Stargates. You want to see if you have any level 3 Stargates, and the best way to tell is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate. If it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. If you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. But if you're about to cap on Vitality, you could always make Omnium. Then we have our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to do the Black Market, Cetus Island, and do the Claw Machine, and do your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 6 Fun Zones, and you want to try to do your 6 Greyspace Fissures. If you can, try to do the Twilight Zone, but this one is not a big rush since you do have an 8-hour time limit when you do it. Then you don't want to forget about Appointed Research. You get 5 free energy a day, but remember, you can only hold 20 energy, so you want to make sure that this does not cap. Also, if you find these guides helpful, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread on YouTube. Then we got our events. Hopefully you logged in enough times to get all of the supply run. And we got Starweave Night. We only have 4 days left to complete this, so you want to make sure that you clear out the store. Also, if you have cleared out the store, remember there are daily items that you can get every day, so I do recommend at least you try to pick up these crystal chunks. And if you want to min-max, you could always try to get this elemental ore box. But again, I have almost 2,000, so I just don't really think it's worth. But we do have the new event, which has been out for about 3 days, so you should be able to get 3,000 points right now, and the total amount is 10,000, and that is how much you need to clear out the store. This event is actually fairly fun. Like, you know, it's basically Fall Guys. You're trying to be the last man standing, and the person who is the last one standing gets 500 points. But you also get 100 points for participating. So there are 2 other methods to where you can quickly get your 1,000 points for the day. You can 1, just AFK, and depending on where you place, you can get 100 points or more. Or 2, just immediately jump off, get your 100 points, and leave the match, and do that 10 times. Then we got our weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that we can get everything up top. And you also know how I feel about type 3 keys. You might want to save a few so that way you're ready for patch 2.2. Which brings us to our challenges. Now, if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So you want to take advantage of this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, you might want to try to do the sneak to next level. And if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the best way to increase your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you can get a high score here, that's really going to determine your rank for the week. Frontier Clash. Now we get another attempt tomorrow, so you can either just try to knock out your attempts today, or you could just wait till tomorrow and knock out all attempts that day. Void Rift. We got another attempt today, so you might want to just go ahead and knock out all of your attempts for the week, and hopefully you can get that matrix. Wormhole. We got 4 days left to complete this, and you want to make sure you do so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Raids. You want to make sure you do the last 2 on heroic, and you do battle test area on heroic, so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Break from Destiny. You want to make sure you play this at least 1 time so that way you can get those dark crystals for the season. Apex League. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys. You want to go to shop, hot, then you want to buy your 2 vitality solutions. But for me, I'm going to pass because I still have 105. But if you can afford it, you might want to go ahead and buy your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. And if you want to well out, you can always do Appointed Research. Then we got the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust Store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your Vera special gift for the week. And then when it comes to your potent Omnium Crystal, I recommend that you pass because we should get enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your golden Crystal Dust is buy a good pair of boots. If you have a good pair of boots, so you can buy hand guards, and if you have a good pair of hand guards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space-Time Store. You want to buy your booster modules, your advancement modules, and your data repeater for the week. Cruise Store. Now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space-Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. Support store. Now you want to buy your 3 joint supply chips for the week, and if you can, try to buy your proof of purchase and go nucleus using return support points. If you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store. Now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Cetus Island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore Vera. Before we know it, we're going to be going into patch 2.2 and there is going to be a lot to do. So the less you have to worry about with the old content, the better. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my banner predictions. But other than that, talk with you guys later.